Speaker Sir, I rise to congratulate and commend the Honourable Chief Minister for presenting an inclusive and sustainable budget for the year 23-24. The presented budget not only covers the basic necessities of the common man, but also aims to put Goa on the world map through its various infrastructure projects as well as various international summits and programs. I am glad to see an additional budget being allotted to health and education sectors, which will further improve the standard of health of the common man as well as promote a well-rounded education to our children who are the future. Several new allocations and initiatives have been proposed across the departments, which have been highlighted by my colleagues in the past 2 days. I would like to congratulate the government's efforts for introducing the MLA LED scheme to the Department of PWD by allocating an amount of 2.5 crores to each member in the Assembly constituency, which is done for the first time. This will greatly help the elected representatives to carry on the work in their respective constituencies. The major infrastructure works have been successfully commenced and delivered, like the new Zwari Bridge, which has drastically reduced traffic congestion and commute time. Similarly, a full-fledged, functioning state-of-the-art Ayush hospital will greatly benefit the people of Goa. Major works under the national highways by the union government has been sanctioned for the year 2022 to 23 to the tune of 2,228.78 crores, which will improve the road connectivity within the state. For example, the 4-laning of the existing Naveli to Kunkoli section of NH 66, balance work of the 4-laning of NH 4, including the construction of a high-level 4-lane Khandepar bridge. Also, the 4-lane extension of the Kankona bypass to Poleb, and the construction of the 6-lane elevated corridor in Porvorim. In the same way, the plan of construction of footbridge at Fulansa Khuris at Bambolim, which will benefit the local residents and in the area, and also all the people who stop to worship and surrender their pain to the miraculous cross. I place my confidence in the Honourable Chief Minister to get the sanctions from the union government at the earliest. Another key initiative and focus on government corporations being self-sustained Swayam-Purna. Several meetings have been chaired by the Honourable CM in this regard to discuss the receipts and various expenditures of departments. The main focus here is to make each corporation self-sufficient and sustainable so that the burden on the government becomes less. The government's decision to grant jobs to sports persons for their outstanding performance at the national level, it's an excellent gesture and a commitment to show that the government supports and encourages towards the athletes who have brought laurels to the state. Speaker Sir, I've been approached by a particular athlete who wanted to pursue her dreams in rugby. Her name is Chanel Crizel and she's from Taleigao. She was selected for the Asian Rugby Under-18 tournament a couple of years ago. She currently plays for the Rugby Team India and has played 3 international rugby sevens, has got 3 silver medals for the state. I would like the Honourable Minister for Sports to explore the possibility of rugby and also extend his help to this young girl and many other athletes. I would like to congratulate the Honourable Chief Minister and Minister for Sports for their keen interest in the national games being organized in Goa. In a major sporting event that attracts a lot of positive energy and good publicity for the state. We have been fortunate to have been graced with the presence of PT Usha and Mary Kom, who have excelled in their respective fields and have brought laurels to the country. To facilitate and further encourage sports in Taleigao, I'd like to draw to the Honourable Minister's attention towards providing a full-fledged football ground with turf, changing lights and floodlights for the people of Taleigao. The Prime Minister's vision of Skill India has been implemented in the state of Goa. It is indeed a unique opportunity for all job seekers and knowledge enthusiasts to learn and upgrade their skills. I genuinely believe that practical knowledge always gives you an upper hand in any job or situation. I would like to congratulate the Honorable Chief Minister for actively pursuing and encouraging the youth to take advantage of it and holding the apprenticeship program throughout Goa. I would like to request the Honorable Chief Minister to restart the Mukhyamantri Dev Darshan Yatra to religious places, which was widely accepted by peoples all across religions in Goa. I would like to congratulate the Minister for Social Welfare for organizing the Purple Fest in Goa. It was very heartwarming to see the differently abled people given a chance to showcase their talents. The Purple Fest, which is one of its kind and organized in Goa, showcased how we all can together create a welcoming and inclusive world for everyone. Fire and emergency. I would like to commend all employees and officials of the Fire and Emergency Department for their prompt response during an emergency situation. Speaker Sir, the Department of Fire and Emergency has a budget allocation of 129.19 crores, which is an increase by 21.56% this year. I would like the Honorable Chief Minister to factor in procurement of smaller fire vehicles to access areas which are congested. The department needs to procure 8 to 10 new fire vehicles against the ones that are going to be condemned. The station needs to be equipped with portable generators and procurement of safety gear and proximity suits, which are a must for all firefighters. Vaccination and sterilization of dogs on a large scale need to be immediately undertaken on a war footing. Currently, we have PAWS, which is operating in Panjim, Santa Cruz, Merches. Similarly, there is WES and Alpha Angels who cover the north of Goa. However, this is not sufficient. The department needs to tie up with Mission Rabies for both vaccination and sterilization, as NGOs are not equipped to handle the rising number of sterilization of dogs. A budgetary allocation towards purchase of a mobile clinic for North and South Goa by the department could be considered. This will help them to address the problem of segregating villages and towns. Panchayat and municipalities also need to be instructed to provide vacant spaces for the same. I would like to thank the Honorable Minister, Shri Neelkant Hallankar, for increasing the grant in aid under the scheme, the Goa Small Animal Rescue Management Scheme 2014, from rupees 975 to 1,800 for dogs, which is a huge jump and which will cover everything, picking of the dogs, their stay and their release later, and rupees 1,000 for cats. The budgetary allocation for animal husbandry and veterinary services has been increased to 179.56 crores. I would like the Honorable Minister to consider reconstruction of the veterinary hospital in Tonka, which is one of the oldest ones. The Honorable Minister is already building one veterinary hospital at Mulgaon, so the same could be considered for taleigao. In order to protect the interest of the fishing community and their livelihood, which is threatened by bull trawlers and mini pursing boats, and which come within 2.77 nautical miles of the shore, which is earmarked for traditional fishermen. Procurement of patrol boats to man this is imperative. So, Honorable Minister may kindly take note and take into account the requirements under the budget. I would also like to congratulate the government for proposing Goa as a carbon credit capital of the nation, for which the government has already taken steps to bring in investment in green technology and green manufacturing. Also, for promoting renewable biogas plants in the state and providing an additional 20% incentive to set up these plants. The government's decision to relaunch the EV subsidy scheme for this year, for which a provision of 25 crores is much appreciated. This will boost the EV sales and other associated infrastructure in the state. Speaker Sir, Panjim being the capital city of the state, a budgetary provision for reconstruction of the Panjim bus stand needs to be considered on immediate basis. due to the heavy footfall. I would also like to acknowledge the efforts of the government to increase the income limit to enhance coverage under the Goa State Interim Compensation to road accident victims. I would also like to acknowledge the efforts of the government to provide 1,000 new taxi vehicles to taxi operators with zero interest under the Goankar Taxi Patrao Yojana. Goankar, sorry. Government should encourage, this is for specifically for Forest Department, the government should encourage cultivation of fruit-bearing trees. Sir, there's this soursop fruit which is consumed by patients who are fighting cancer. It's supposed to be a fruit that helps cure cancer or it helps in some way. And these fruits are priced between 600 to 1,000 rupees and it's not affordable to the common man. So the department should consider distributing saplings or growing more of these trees. Under the Amrit Sarovar mission rejuvenation of 150 numbers of water bodies, which are supposed to be completed in 2023, seems like will help in the issues with water. The department has also planned to harvest 75 lakh cubic meter of water to supply 250 MLD of raw water at an estimated price of 300 crores to ensure that the North Goa gets uninterrupted water supply.